Hey guys, this is Heather. I wanted to answer a question today about bone broth. So I get questions all the time as a holistic nutritionist, and I thought it'd be fun to do this more often, answer them by video so that everybody can hear what my answer is. So I got a question from Crystal. She says, what's with the bone broth trend already, and why are so many holistic healthcare professionals suggesting it? I've been seeing a naturopathic doctor, and she has suggested I add this to my diet to heal my gut lining. What are your thoughts on this matter? So, Crystal, first of all, as a vegan, I wouldn't do bone broth. I don't know what the trend is about, but I've looked into it a little bit, and it seems that there are some supposed benefits of bone broth. Now, none of them are proven. So one is, as you mentioned, healing the gut lining, and supposedly that comes from the gelatin in bone broth that can help seal holes in the intestine. Now, there are a lot of different ways to do that, so you do not need to have gelatin in order to heal your gut lining. Some things that I often recommend are aloe vera. You can get juice, aloe juice. You can also do probiotics, sauerkraut, kimchi, just regular probiotic supplements, or even coconut kefir, which helps soothe and heal at the same time. Collagen is also listed as a benefit in terms of supporting healthy skin, hair, and nails. Now, the collagen comes from the gelatin, but eating collagen doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting collagen. Because of the way it breaks down in your body, it doesn't translate to actually collagen in your system. And I'm vegan. I always get complimented on my skin, on my hair. My nails are nice and strong. So I don't eat collagen, and yet I find a way to do just fine. Sleep and memory, apparently an amino acid called glycine in bone broth can help with sleep and memory, but there are some plant sources that are really easy to get. Soy, spinach, kale, cauliflower, cabbage, pumpkin, banana, kiwi, cucumber, and beans. So I don't know about you, but I don't really need an excuse to eat more kiwi. I am probably gonna go and get some right after this video. Immunity from the minerals in bones, but those minerals are available elsewhere from all of the various plant foods that we can eat. Sunflower seeds have a ton of minerals, all kinds of seeds and nuts, beans, dark green leafy vegetables, lots of minerals out there that we can get without having to drink bone broth. Also, the idea that drinking bone broth can make your bones strong, again, it's because of minerals, phosphorus, magnesium, and calcium, also available from tons of plant foods. And I have lots of videos, articles, resources on my site. I'll also post a bunch of links to more resources on each of these points. So if you just look down below this video, you'll find some links to more resources. Boosting energy, there's nothing specific as a reasoning for that, but lots of people who start drinking bone broth talk about getting more energy. I'm wondering if maybe it's because they're having bone broth instead of sugary treats, and then their energy levels are more consistent, but I don't know, that's just my guess. And then the last benefit that most people talk about is that it's economical because you can make it yourself, and that it's less waste because you're using up a bone that would otherwise not be used. But hey, if we didn't kill the animal in the first place, we wouldn't be worrying about how to use up their bones. So, thinking about a plant alternative to bone broth, here's my idea. Dashi miso broth. Dashi is a soup stock originally from Japan, and so that ties into the cultural aspect that a lot of people talk about in terms of bone broth, that it's this old cultural tradition. Well, dashi is another cultural tradition that doesn't involve bones. And we can make it by just putting some seaweed, so kelp or kombu or something like that, in some water, along with maybe a dried mushroom like shiitake, both of which add minerals and immune supportive compounds. So we just boil those in some water, then scoop them out, and then we can stir in a little bit of miso, which is a probiotic, so it helps with the gut and digestion issues. And miso is also rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory, and being soy, it has glycine in it. So there's my suggestion, dashi miso broth. And they're also specifically looking at the gut lining, and that's your issue that your naturopath is suggesting to have bone broth. Quercetin and licorice root are some supplements that you might want to look into. Last thing I would like to say is that if someone like a naturopathic doctor or holistic health professional suggests something to you and it is not vegan, you are perfectly entitled to say to them, listen, I'm vegan. What options are available to me that are plant-based? Because there are lots of choices out there in facilitating our own health, and so many of them that are really, really powerful are plant-based. So just ask the question. If they're not supportive, perhaps look at someone else who can support you in both your health and your ethical choices. So that would be my answer to the bone broth trend. Now, if you want to go ahead and start making some dashi miso broth, I would suggest watching my soba noodle video. You can find a link to that somewhere. And that will show you how to make the dashi soup stock, and then you just stir in some miso at the end, and that'll give you a nice, nourishing, warming, salty, savory broth without any bones in it. So I hope that's helpful to anyone wondering about the bone broth trend. Look down below in the description for links to more resources. Also a link to my video of soba noodle with a dashi soup stock. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so you get new videos when I post them. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. If you have questions for future videos, if you have questions about this topic, I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.